Managed Corp Command.
Now at 5, new details about this tornado that touched down in Houston. Tonight, a look at the recovery efforts underway, and we'll hear from those who braved the storm.
And I remember telling them, hey, we need to go. We need to make sure we get there right now.
And a close call for these two officers near Fort Worth as they jump in to pull a man from his burning car. Their heroic efforts caught on camera. Chris Nix News at 5 starts right now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Suzanne Stevens. Clara has the night off. On this busy pre-Thanksgiving travel day, health officials say South Texans need to watch more than just the crowds. The flu is spreading earlier than usual. While cases are still relatively low, some doctors have noted a sharp increase in patients over the past few weeks. According to the CDC, a majority of the cases involve a strain called H3N2 subclade K. The strain has already set off outbreaks in Canada and the UK. Health officials are keeping a close eye on the strain because it can cause more hospitalizations and deaths in older adults. With the flu moving early, doctors want the most at risk to move early too. Here are the reminders they hope you don't skip. Young children and the elderly people with compromised immune systems are most at risk. Doctors say keeping up to date on your vaccines is important. Make sure you get enough rest, even if you're traveling. Wash your hands frequently, and most importantly, stay home if you feel sick. In Rockport tonight, a boil water notice is officially lifted. A lightning strike Saturday night damaged the Rockport Service Center water tower. That led to a sudden drop in water pressure, which then triggered a boil water notice. TCEQ water test came back clean today, so Rockport residents no longer need to boil. Well, no lightning strikes in the forecast, but we do have some cooler weather headed our way. Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber now joins us with the great news. Hi, Steph.
Hey there, Suzanne.
Hey.
Yeah, a lot of folks have been looking for that fall feel just in time for Turkey Day. We
Yeah.
need some cooler weather, right? So we are going to get a little bit of a cool down. It's not going to be a whole lot, but it'll be a lot better than the 80s and even 90s that some of our neighborhoods felt today. Let's take you to the radar now, too, because we are expecting a little bit of shower activity as we head into the overnight hours. It's not looking to be like measurable rainfall, but that is in the 7-day forecast just a little bit later. So aside from the radar, we're looking at some clouds that have been bubbling up during the afternoon. You can almost see where that boundary kind of wiggled into the coastal band boundary. It's a cold front that's kind of parked right over us, lost its steam, a stationary front as we like to call it, but it is churning up some of the clouds out there. It will help to trigger some of the light showers we're expecting during the overnight, and eventually, once we get past hump day, looks to bring us some cooler weather just in time for Thanksgiving. It'd be a nice kind of respite from the 80s and 90s we've been seeing, as we've been talking about, but will we add any more dark green squares to this side of the calendar? I've got a complete look at the 7-day forecast and what you need to know for those travel plans coming up.
Stephanie, thank you. We're learning more tonight about not one, but two tornadoes that touched down in Houston. It was a story we brought you yesterday. More than 100 homes were damaged in Harris County, with entire neighborhoods left covered in debris. Neighbors like Javier and his son took the alert seriously and managed to safely ride out the storm.
We heard glass breaking, we heard trees falling, we heard a thud on the roof. I mean, look around. The neighborhood is full of amazing people.
Javier says the storm was strong enough to snap mature pine trees and uproot oaks. Fortunately, no serious injuries or deaths have been reported, but the cleanup is far from over. Nearly 5 months after flooding tore through Camp Mystic, killing 9 people, families are still filing lawsuits. Now, for the first time, a national nonprofit is taking a public stand. The Youth Peace and Justice Foundation says the flood was an unavoidable natural disaster and argues Camp Mystic has been transparent from the start. The group criticizes the lawsuits, calling them a distraction that places a public price tag on the lives lost.
We're looking at a community, a Camp Mystic community of over 100 years that have also lost a brother, a father, a friend, but they're being penalized, I think, prematurely. We're judging them when we should be accepting the reality that this was a tragic event.
Chapin says the organization remains committed to the community as Camp Mystic moves forward to a partial reopening next summer. 2 young officers in Blue Mound, Texas are being hailed as heroes tonight after pulling a man from his burning car. The whole incident was caught on body camera. Ali Spilliard shows us just how little time they really had.
And I remember telling them, hey, we need to go. We need to make sure we get there right now.
When the call came in, Blue Mound officers Luis Aguilar and Bryant Ochoa responded in seconds, knowing the man trapped inside this burning car had mere minutes to live.
Whenever we got there, I remember us trying to figure out where he was. So I remember getting to the driver's side first, and then I heard this noise of someone trying to kick the window on the passenger side, and that's whenever me and him ran to the passenger side, and I used a tool to break the window.
Video shows them pulling the panicked driver to safety.
The guy's out of the car.
Nearly a month later, the pavement at the intersection of Glen Drive and Wagaman Road is still scorched. Fire officials say the cause was an electrical problem that may have also trapped the driver inside.
It was a very intensive fire. It quickly moved from the engine compartment into the passenger compartment and actually ended up catching the gas tank on fire.
Fire Chief Jason Wood says it's a reminder for all drivers to carry a window punch, the same $10 tool Aguilar used that morning to save a life. Blue Mound City leaders will recognize both officers for their heroic actions later this month. Both are rookies. Ochoa is still in training.
You could call it
Still for them, it's simple.
We signed up to save people, in time of need.
They were just doing their job.
Is there anyone else?
Yeah, I feel grateful that I chose this profession.
The city of Alice and Jim Wells County have teamed up to crack down on illegal dumping. Tires and all sorts of debris have long plagued these neighborhoods. That's why the county is stepping in to help the city pick up trash and focus on more enforcement. Neighbors caught illegally dumping will get a 72-hour notice. If it's still not picked up, they could face up to a $500 fine.
We have to do something different than we've done for the past 30 years because it hasn't worked that good. So we need to change it. I'm sure the city doesn't want to find anybody. We don't want to find anybody. We just want you to follow the change of rules that we're doing.
Officials like County Commissioner Huicho Gonzalez say enforcement is necessary to keep neighborhoods clean. We have an update tonight on the Dr. Hector P. Garcia Memorial Health Center. The Westside Clinic is reopened this morning. We told you yesterday the clinic closed after employees reported smelling natural gas last week. Turns out the odor was coming from a boiler. Since then, the boiler has been taken out of service and repairs are pending. Coming up tonight, know before you go. The do's and don'ts when it comes to traveling and staying safe from holiday crime this season.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
From scams that target veterans to crime that affects all of us, the Corpus Christi Police Department kicks off the holiday season with some friendly crime-fighting advice. CCPD launched its annual holiday initiative today, cracking down on crimes like auto theft. Shopping centers with full parking lots are like buffet lines for thieves. CCPD says last year there were 1,600 auto burglaries in Corpus Christi. Out of those, 700 of those cars were unlocked. Don't make it easy for Grinches. Here's how to protect yourself.
Think about the things you worked hard for. Is it worth going to get a taco and leaving your purchase in your car and then it getting stolen? Take it home. Go home. Drop your items off. Get rid of your items, your packages. Don't have anything in your car. If you must, hide it. Hide it in your car.
Just remember, if you like it, lock it. Today marks the busiest travel day for Thanksgiving holiday. If you're staying put, congratulations. AAA forecasts a record-setting holiday stretch between now and Monday and says 82 million people will travel at least 50 miles. That beats last year's record. Almost 90% will drive, 6 million will fly, and less than half of that will choose other transportation. The FAA says today is the day most people fly. Speaking of travel, how are the roads looking right now? We send things over to Stephanie with a look at traffic.
Thanks, Suzanne. Not looking too bad out there. It's usually this busy around this hour as folks try to make their way home. Hopefully, you've got a short week with lots of pumpkin pie on the day after tomorrow. But as we take a look at what's going on these roadways, a lot of green, not seeing too much trouble out there. 37's looking good. And if you're taking the crosstown or SPID, doesn't look like too much trouble out there. It's a little stop and go on the SPID side of things under the overpass. Saratoga's looking good right now. And the usual culprit for ride home delays. Staples is going to be a busy one between SPID and Saratoga per usual. We're also seeing things pretty slow on Holly between Everhart and Staples. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and drive safe. If you're looking to make more detailed travel plans, I've got a travel cast that's coming up next. Well, it is a beautiful golden hour out there across the Laguna Madre from our camera over at CCAC, or at Snoopy's. It's a CCAC camera out at Snoopy's. And if you've been wondering why we get these spectacular golden hours, now that we started losing a little bit of that daylight hour, there's a reason to it. There's a reason why the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets happen this time of year, and you can find out more about it in this week's Science Snippet. But we're going to give you another view outside along SPID where things are a little busier. You get to see that rosy color in the sky, though, so it overall makes for a very nice end to our Taco Tuesday here. But we could do better with kind of shaving some numbers off the map here in terms of temperatures and what your body perceives that temperature to be. It has been very un-November-like. The fall feels not here, but they're not far away. We're going to have some cooler weather on the way just in time for the big turkey day. So if you've been longing for it, I've got some good news. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. It's not going to be lasting that long, but we'll talk about it. 84 right now in Beeville, feeling like it. 83 in Robstown, however, feels like 87, a little more humid out there. 81 in Kingsville, feeling like 84, and Falfurrias has finally dropped down. At our last check, 91 degrees. We're now reading 85, but still feeling like 89 degrees out there. And the only 70 on the map so far, 79 degrees in the Bluff at NAS Corpus Christi, feeling like 82. We also have 78 degrees, the reading in San Diego, feeling just as warm. So there's still plenty of humidity around. I think heading into tomorrow morning as our front that has fizzled out kind of wobbles around the coastal bend, it gets another push through. It's going to trigger some mist, some fog, and maybe even some light showers into the early morning time frame on Wednesday. So if you plan to be up very late or up very early, however you consider that, just know you'll probably find some of that fog around there. Will be patchy, probably not very dense, but it's a good idea to keep in mind that you will be greeted with some weather if you are up around this time frame. This will clear out around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'll get a bit of a break, maybe even a pop of sunshine tomorrow, but I think there's going to be more clouds than anything else. Here is that boundary. This is our front. It's stationary, but it's never truly stationary. It's kind of wobbling a little this way, wobbling a little that way, and that is how we're going to spend our Wednesday, with this thing hanging around. It's not until late Wednesday we start to see this finally skirt by, and then we'll usher in some cooler, drier air. Nothing else really behind it except a reinforcing front that won't be here until the weekend. So you can tell what we're going to expect when you look upstream of us. When you start to look at other parts of Texas that are still fairly warm, you can tell this is not a very strong cold front. We're not going to have a huge cool down, but our temperatures will go to where we typically expect them for this time of the year, which in comparison is pretty cool. So taking a look at that Thanksgiving travel cast, here are those showers we're expecting tonight. They will be impacting our neighbors down in the valley, but clearing out as we head on into the rest of your Wednesday and into the very early morning hours of Thanksgiving. Note, cooler weather in the panhandle of Texas and more northern parts of the state. So if you're going to be traveling for Thanksgiving, bring some sweaters with you. Again, we'll warm up afterwards, so it won't be very prolonged, but heading into Friday, temperatures will be warming back up. 67 around 5:15 p.m. on your Friday is still way cooler than the weather that we have seen around here lately. So again, if you're trying to time out some of the rainfall on Wednesday around the coastal bend, it's looking to be an early morning situation as we head on into your Wednesday. Something to keep in mind if you had plans to leave tomorrow to go over the river, through the woods, and over to Abuela's house we go, right? Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. More rain this weekend.
Stephanie, thank you. If you're a fitness enthusiast in Corpus Christi, this might interest you. A new Gold's Gym is set to open at the corner of South Staples and Ottotown next year. It's the return of the brand after closing its last location several years ago. The owners are renovating the entire building and investing nearly $1 million. They say it'll be state-of-the-art with the largest workout floor and more weight training equipment than any other gym in the city. Construction starts in February, and the new gym should be completed by June.
Two local businesses partnering to feed neighbors. I'm Alexis Scott with their mission to help others. While many neighbors are preparing holiday meals and spending time with family, there are others who aren't as fortunate. I'm Alexis Scott, your downtown neighborhood news reporter, speaking with two local businesses who are partnering to make sure no one is hungry ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday.
When you're blessed enough to have a community that shows up for you, it's your responsibility.
A message from Monica Mangiarulo, owner of Bella Roma Cafe, as she rolls up her sleeve to feed those in need. She says the community has supported her for years, and now it's time for her to give back. Her team at Bella Roma partnered with Corpus Christi Sharks Football Club Tuesday morning to prep and pack holiday meals for neighbors near the downtown area.
It's kind of emotional, right? Because we grow up with our families and here they are, they don't have anybody. So I'm just kind of wondering what emotion, what memory are we going to spark for them?
The goal, to feed 250 people, a full turkey dinner with all the fixings.
We are about the community, and we want the community to know that we're more than just a soccer team.
They're almost done packaging the plates, and once they are complete, they will distribute them to neighbors along Sam Rankin Street and Nueces Bay Boulevard. Come along as they give out those meals.
As soon as they arrived, the meals were gone in just minutes. Many people expressing gratitude for the holiday blessing.
Oh man, it's lovely to see this. This is what the world needs. You know, everybody to give back. That's all they're waiting for.
De ahorita le damos uno para su abuelita también. Gracias. Sí, viene. Para su abuelita también. Gracias. Hasta.
Yeah, thank you.
And moments like this, they tell me, reminds them why giving back is so important.
I hope and I wish a lot of people in the community follows and doing.
Both Corpus Christi Football Club and Bella Roma Cafe tell me they plan to partner for more community outreach efforts, not only for the holidays, but beyond. Near downtown, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Alexis Scott, Chris 6 News.
A group of women in Corpus Christi is turning grief and friendship into something beautiful for local veterans. What started as a small group has become a circle of friends called Las Chulas and Rojo. Each holiday season, they prepare wreaths and bows for the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery. The group includes 9 widows and several caregivers who support veterans. Nancy Cohn is new to the group. Her husband was laid to rest in September.
My husband is on the wall. He's in the columbarium. We just put him there in September. And I pray that whoever it is, the family will be blessed and they will know that they are not alone.
Tonight at 6 o'clock, Michaela Chavez will show us all the work that goes into honoring these veterans, why these ladies show up, and how you can help. You won't want to miss it. Still ahead, Thanksgiving is going to the dogs. You get to meet some of these four-legged friends and where you can catch their show when we come back. If you watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade for the floats, don't forget the fur. The National Dog Show follows the parade like it has for 24 years, and it all started with a phone call inspired by a comedy. Apparently, an NBC executive was having a conversation with host John O'Hurley, who had just watched the movie Best in Show. That conversation led to the holiday staple featuring nearly 2,000 of the top dogs in the country competing for the crown. Yeah, mine definitely would not.
Everybody has a smile on their face, and it's a testament to what dogs are in our lives. They make us smile.
It's true. We love our dogs. This year, more than 200 breeds will complete, including the debut of the Danish Swedish farm dog. You can catch the National Dog Show right here on Chris 6, right after the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
We need a separate category for some dogs, like Cooper, who he can't do any of this, but he can peel a candy cane out of the wrapper better than I can.
Or my old dog. He's cute, but he's slow. It's fine, you know. We're well past the dog days of summer, though, however, but we got cooler tempers coming, which is nice, you know.
Yes, I think the pups will be happy about that because the dog walk's been hot. It's been humid. This is what we got for the rest of tonight. Temperatures hanging out in the 70s, so looking to cool down for Thanksgiving, just in time.
Like it, sweater weather for Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, you too.
That'll all the time we have. Thanks for joining us. Join us at Chris 6 News at 6 for more news in your neighborhood.